Wait, no, that's the real one.
Oh my god, oh my god. That's a lot of smoke. That scared me for a second. It smells like marshmallows. Oh no, now I'm gonna get high. Alright, that'll become relevant in a moment, but depending on who you ask, it has become both harder and easier to publish a book in recent years. Easier because you could give in and let a big internet corporation like Amazon, for example, take care of everything and act as a middleman. Harder because of things like digital piracy, copyrights, and well, the near monopoly huge corporations like Amazon, again, have on the market. And forget about interacting directly with your audience. But what if there was a way to solve all these problems and more? Well, that's what we'll be exploring today. So join us to learn how the future of book publishing may be completely revolutionized by cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. Whatever that means. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Neverland Book Club. Okay, so first things first. For those unfamiliar with cryptocurrencies, let's dive into the basics. I know the term cryptocurrency can be a controversial one surrounded by fear and mistrust, but that usually comes from a lack of understanding, and in this case, we'll need to understand crypto to learn about its applications for us book people. The simplest explanation I've come across comes from YouTuber Guy over at the Coin Bureau. If you are interested in learning more about crypto in general, I suggest checking out his channel after this video. In any case, cryptocurrencies are much like your regular currencies. Every dollar in circulation, for example, has a serial number and is trackable, mostly, in theory. Under the table cash-only deals can be pretty anonymous, but when you deposit $1 into your bank account, its serial number is now digitally associated with your account, and a record of this is kept by the bank and the Federal Reserve. In theory anyways. And you now digitally own $1. The bank then lends your dollar out to other people without asking for your permission, in fact creating digital dollars out of thin air. This happens over and over, and today only about $2 trillion physically exist, but there's about 20 trillion in circulation. That's right, the money in your bank account, all your life savings, are just numbers on a computer, and the only thing that keeps the whole system from collapsing is your trust in the government. Now, how they manage to keep that sustainable at the rate new money is being created? I suppose governmental trust is at an all-time high as of late, don't you think? Anyways, cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, are purely digital currencies, each with their own serial number. Ownership of each coin is kept track of in a public ledger. Each transaction is authorized by a user and is then confirmed or processed by not one central unit, like a government, but by thousands of computers across the world. A majority of the computers have to confirm a record of change in order to record a transaction. It's a very democratic distribution of control. This means that no one person or even group of people can maliciously alter the ledger. Transaction history cannot be altered. Coins cannot be counterfeited. Attempting any of these would require our malicious agents to hack literally thousands and thousands of computers across the globe at the same time. In other words, it is a much more secure system than our centralized dollars or other fiats. Furthermore, because no one has overpowering ruling authority over the blockchain, no one can stop you from sending or receiving money. There are no restrictions, no discrimination, everyone is the same in the eyes of the blockchain. Lastly, unlike the government, who can print money at will, most reputable cryptocurrencies have very detailed minting schedules. Bitcoin is so valuable because there will ever only be 21 million Bitcoins, and about 94% are already in circulation, and the last Bitcoin will be minted in 2140. And we'll all be dead. Not all cryptocurrencies work like this, and there's much, much more to learn on the topic, but hopefully this clarified it enough to understand the rest of this video. Alright, so how can this revolutionize book publishing, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Well, in the same way coins are serialized and one of a kind, there can be no counterfeits, and their ownership is both trackable and undeniable via the public ledger. In a smart contract-enabled blockchain like Ethereum, Polygon, and Cardano, so too can other things be tokenized. This is the basic concept behind NFTs. An artist or author can tokenize their artwork or book and sell it directly to people in a decentralized marketplace. Yes, piracy would be as much of a problem as it is now, but solutions to it are much more straightforward. No longer do you have to deal with copyright laws. The blockchain has your back. You are irrefutably the author, creator of your tokenized book, and each one of your sales is tracked on the public ledger. If someone has a copy of your book and they do not own a token, well, then they irrefutably stole that intellectual property. The benefits of this ability to track ownership extends even further. By allowing transfer of ownership from one user to another, in other words, this opens the possibility for a used digital book market, a great value proposition not only for readers but authors as well. Because all transactions are public and traceable, smart contracts can enable authors to receive some compensation from used book sales, a concept that is simply impossible with physical books. The decentralized marketplace would have some fees for minting and selling, but these would be operational costs, not a for-profit system. Furthermore, a decentralized marketplace runs completely automated. No one can block any user from buying or selling. There's no discrimination and no censorship. No one can stop you from selling your book to whomever will buy it. Smart contracts could also enable authors to conduct pre-sales or create one-of-a-kind special editions of their book. Contributions and royalties to editors and other third-party contributors to a book's creation could also be tracked through the blockchain, and royalties could be earned automagically as well. You could create membership tokens that give special discounts to your most loyal readers. Ownership of these could also be presented as tickets for live events, etc., etc. Oh my god, I love tickets. The possibilities are almost endless. At this point, you might be asking yourself, just how close is this future? And the answer is unfortunately unclear. It all depends on how fast people like you and me adopt the use of cryptocurrencies on our day-to-day. And even then, corporations and governments must also embrace crypto for this future to be promising. Now, in my opinion, it's not an if, but a when. Just in the last few months, Bitcoin has been instituted as a legal currency in El Salvador, with several other countries in the region expressing intention to follow suit. Goldman Sachs now considers Bitcoin an asset class. Tesla, and you know how we love Tesla, Tesla invested billions into Bitcoin and started accepting it as payment for their cars. And then didn't. More and more companies like Apple and Amazon have hired blockchain experts to allegedly help integrate crypto into their operations. More places than you think accept crypto as payments, and in general, the crypto market is now a multi-trillion-dollar space. With that almost said, how many of you watching now have invested into crypto? I'm legitimately curious. Chances are there's probably only a few of you, if any. And of those of you who have invested, even fewer are probably interacting with the DeFi space. That's because cryptocurrencies are seen by most as risky investments at this stage, and not the future of finance and the internet as some of us believe it is. You have to believe. Decentralized finance and Web 3.0 are what would enable all the things we just discussed thus far. For anyone not actively in this space, it doesn't make a lot of sense to jump on it just to gain access to a book marketplace. There are thousands of applications and uses that DeFi brings to the table, and with time, I believe everyone will adopt and use this technology in their day-to-day. Until then, similarly to Web 1.0 in the late 1990s/early 2000s, the technology is revolutionary. And there are many big names that lead the charge, but not all survive, do they? As of filming this video, there are a few current active book marketplaces on Ethereum, but those details are outside of my goals for this little video. So, will I be publishing or purchasing any books on any of these platforms anytime soon? You know, I think reaction to this video will help me answer that question. Anyone using these marketplaces at this stage are the beta testers, and so I won't try to convince you to go out and start using them. I myself am not ready to switch just yet. But make no mistake, just how Netflix made little sense to the blockbuster crowd at first, if you completely dismiss this space, you too shall be forgotten. If you too are a crypto enthusiast and would like to send me a tip to support this channel, my wallet addresses are in the description below. Your contribution is much appreciated. If this video made you realize crypto is the future and you'd like to invest for yourself, my referral links to the biggest exchange in the US, Coinbase and Binance, are down there as well. I'm not saying you should go out and buy some, but if you are going to and want to support the Neverland Book Club, yeah, you know, you get $5 on Coinbase and lower fees on Binance. I forget the exact rewards, but Alright, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a bit different than our regular bookie review type videos, but hey, we learned something new today, yes? I hope. Like, don't burn fake glued money. Make sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you're not already. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers faster than I anticipated, and I can't help but bet on my lovely viewers to push us over the top and continue our community growth. So many puns. Today's shoutout goes to Genby Bookish. I thought I cleared up the whole "is this my real voice" discrepancy, but yes, 'tis I, and to be compared to Mayim Bialik. Well, we are both women of science, so I am not surprised. Anywho.
And
She-
so modest, too.
She's... I can't whistle, but if I could, she'd be all the way up there. Anywho. Thank you for watching my videos, and I do hope you stick around. Alright, I'm off to go obsess.
I didn't understand.
I did not talk to you! Alright, I'm off to go obsess over chart patterns and the fluctuating price of Dogecoin. Stay lost, keep reading. To the moon!